Welcome to Sheridan's 56th Convocation. This morning we are honoring the graduates of the Faculty of Animation, Arts and Design. My name is Carol Altilia, and I am Sheridan's Interim Provost and Vice President Academic. As we gather virtually today, we would like to acknowledge that all of Sheridan's campuses reside on land that has been, and still is, the traditional territory of several Indigenous nations, including the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Wendat, the Métis, and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. Since time immemorial, numerous Indigenous nations and Indigenous peoples have lived and passed through this territory. We recognize this territory as covered by the Dish with One Spoon Treaty and the Two-Row Wampum Treaty, which emphasize the importance of joint stewardship, peace, and respectful relationships. As you may be joining us from different territories, we acknowledge the many diverse nations and territories you are joining from. Sheridan College affirms that it is our collective responsibility to honor and respect those who have gone before us, those who are here, and those who have yet to come. We are grateful for the opportunity to be learning, working, living, and thriving on this land. To begin our convocation ceremony, please join our students from the Honors Bachelor Music Theatre Performance Program, accompanied by Michael Mulrooney in singing of our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants espoirs. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you for that beautiful rendition of O Canada. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Janet Morrison, Sheridan's President and Vice Chancellor, to officially launch this convocation.
Thank you, Carol. On behalf of Sheridan, I extend a warm welcome to you, our graduates in the Faculty of Animation, Arts and Design, and to your family members and friends who are joining us today for this virtual ceremony. Convocation is an important milestone in our students' experience. It's the culmination of years of hard work and a stepping stone into the future. While I am disappointed, like all of you, that circumstances prevent us from celebrating your achievements in our traditional fashion, the importance of this occasion is undiminished. This situation has been a learning experience for all of us, and I'm so proud of the determination you've shown in successfully completing your program in these unprecedented times. Resilience is one of the key qualities we strive to nurture in our students, and your success in reaching this point assures me that we're advancing that goal. We know that post-secondary education transforms people, families, and communities. It's not just that graduates enjoy higher rates of employment and greater earning power. It's that an investment in higher education propels people to be healthier, more engaged, conscious citizens in our democracy, which is more important now than ever before. You are graduating at a time of global economic and political uncertainty. As our Chancellor Hazel McCallion will share with you shortly, past generations have also faced unforeseen challenges and risen to the occasion. I'm confident that you, armed with your degree, diploma, or certificate, and the overall learning and skills that you've gained from your Sheridan experience, are well equipped to go forth and make a positive impact in our communities. In closing, I want to ask you to consider those who have fueled, funded, or inspired your learning journey, be they family, friends, and/or your professors. They all deserve our collective thanks and recognition. It's now my pleasure to introduce a brief video message from Sheridan's Chancellor, Hazel McCallion.
For someone who never had the opportunity to attend college or university, I have a keen appreciation of what this day means to you, the graduates, your families, and friends. I grew up in the Great Depression in the 1930s. Times were tough, but with enthusiasm and determination, we came through it rather successfully. And I was highly motivated to do whatever I did to the very best of my ability. And I learned from others to work as a team, because as a team, you can make a change. Remember, graduates, that you are graduating from the most prestigious post-secondary institution in Canada, well known internationally. And I know from experience that Sheridan has instilled in its students a desire and commitment to make a change in the community when they graduate. So, everything is out there for you. So go for it with enthusiasm and commitment, and you will be a great success.
Thank you so much, Chancellor McCallion, for that inspiring message. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Chair of Sheridan's Board of Governors, John Fleming, to extend greetings from the board and confer this year's credentials.
Thank you, Janet. We have been presented with the list of graduands who have successfully completed the curriculum of their chosen program as required by Sheridan's Board of Governors and recommended by the Faculty of Animation, Arts, and Design to be awarded their credentials in recognition of their academic accomplishment. I therefore confer their diplomas, degrees, and certificates on them in absentia with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I want to extend our warmest congratulations to the class of 2020. At this time, I'd like to hand over the virtual floor to Sean McNabney, Interim Dean of the Faculty of Animation, Arts, and Design, to deliver his remarks and introduce your valedictorian.
On behalf of the Faculty of Animation, Arts, and Design, I'd like to congratulate each of you for completing your respective programs, an accomplishment that demonstrates your resilience, determination, and dedication, especially in these challenging times. You arrived at Sheridan to be different and to make a difference through creative explorations. You leave Sheridan armed with a unique combination of artistic talent, professionalism, and technical sophistication, posed for success and prepared to make creativity a force for change. It's an academic tradition for a representative of the graduating class to speak on behalf of fellow graduates, looking back on your Sheridan experience and looking forward to the future journey on which you are about to embark. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's valedictorian from the Faculty of Animation, Arts, and Design, Naomi Stokes. Naomi is a graduate of our Media Fundamentals program. She came to Sheridan from Mumbai, India, where she previously earned her Bachelor in Arts degree in Psychology and Anthropology at St. Xavier's College. In India, Naomi also served as an assistant volunteer at a non-governmental retirement home and was an observer for the clinical psychology department at Mumbai's Messina Hospital. A passion for theater prompted Naomi to pursue and land a one-year internship in the National Center for the Performing Arts Theater and Film Department, followed by an internship at an event management company. She came to Sheridan to further explore that passion, develop her creative freedom, broaden her skills, and understand her own capabilities better. Naomi is now studying arts administration and culture management at Humber College. I'm honored to turn the camera over to Naomi, your Faculty of Animation Arts and Design valedictorian.
Thank you, Dean McNabney, and greetings to our virtual audience, especially the graduating class of 2020. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Naomi Stokes, and I was part of the Media Fundamentals program here at Sheridan College. Sheridan for me has been such a welcoming journey, especially for someone who's living outside of her home for the first time. And I don't think this would have been possible without the support of my classmates and my teachers. Over the past year, we grew to depend and work with one another with such ease that the transition to online learning during this pandemic became slightly easier. But we had some great times in class as well, whether it was studying together in the Learning Commons on campus or just enjoying each other's companies during our field trips to the Art Gallery of Ontario or Kensington Market. That just made my entire experience in Sheridan so great, and I not only leave the program with practical skills but with lifelong friends and mentors. So I thank my teachers and my classmates from the bottom of my heart. 2020 has been such a learning year for me, but I don't think I could have done it without my friends, my family, my peers, my teachers, but most importantly my brother who's back in India. And he's been the sole source of strength for me over the past year with whatever I've needed. And I owe him a huge thanks for everything that he's done for me. If there's anything that 2020 has taught us, is that we need to keep our loved ones close, safe, and valued. And it's through their support and the relationships that we build that we'll be able to tackle whatever we have in store for us and coming our way. So lastly, I would like to give a huge thanks to Alan Flint for all the support he's given me inside of class as well as outside class. Someone once told me that it's really difficult to find clarity when you're stranded in the middle of a storm. But it's only when you let the dust settle that you'll find the answers that you're looking for. I think this is so relevant to what some of us must be feeling in this given point in time. So I just feel we need to be patient and have faith. And there's something in store for us. There's a plan for each and every one of us. And if we're just willing to wait it out and just have a little patience, we definitely find the strength and the courage to tackle whatever life has in store for us. So congratulations, class of 2020, we did it. And we're here. And I know that we're graduating with lifelong lessons and with passion, courage, and integrity, and the will to make a difference in whatever career path we choose. So here's to the rest of our lives. Thank you and have a great day.
Congratulations, Naomi, and thank you for your insightful and inspiring words. I eagerly look forward to hearing about your next success. At this time, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, James Cunningham. James is a gifted host and comedian who graduated from Sheridan and the University of Toronto at Mississauga's Theatre and Drama Studies joint program in 1996. He went on to host 5 seasons of Eat Street, a popular Food Network Canada TV show that aired in a dozen countries worldwide. And he's also rubbed elbows with former American presidents, business tycoons, and sports heroes while emceeing various corporate events. Thank you for joining us today, James.
Hey, graduates of Sheridan College, congratulations on your incredible accomplishment. My name is James Cunningham. I am a comedian, TV host, and graduate of the Sheridan College Theatre and Dramatic Arts program. Well, you did it. You are now a graduate of one of the finest learning institutions that is recognized around the world as having an extremely high standard of excellence. Welcome to the family. For the past 10 years, I've been hosting the Premier's Awards for Outstanding College Graduates in Ontario. And it's truly mind-blowing how many Sheridan College graduates are out there every single day, literally changing the world. We're out there reinventing global food supply chains. We're changing the way we live through art and design. We're shaping the future of health sciences. And we're even out there winning Oscars. Not me, yet, but soon. To say the least, these are interesting times. Nothing like this has happened in the way this has happened before, and literally everything is changing rapidly. So, what better time to be at the forefront? Don't listen to those who will tell you it's the worst time to be finding a job. What they mean is, it's the worst time to find a job the old way in the old economy. But an entirely new economy is taking shape, and you are now among the few who are freshly trained in the latest methods of using the most popular technologies. I'm not just talking about those of you in business or computer science. Look at me. I made my entire living traveling, performing for large crowds, hosting shows, and shooting TV shows on locations. In a matter of a few days, once the COVID-19 shutdown started, my entire year of work evaporated. Nothing disappeared. So I had two choices. I could wait for things to come back and hope that they would be the same, or I could try something new and apply my skills in a new way. So I created a studio here in my house, and now I can do what I love doing without ever having to leave. This morning, I hosted an event in Australia for 1,000 people. This afternoon, I'm hosting a conference in Arizona. And tomorrow, I'm hosting a segment for a major corporate client, all from the comfort of my own basement studio. Things will get back to normal, but the new normal they'll get back to will be nothing like the way things were. This is where your skills and your knowledge will come into play. Think about this. You are just starting at a time when the entire world is starting over. So it's a completely level playing field, except you have the latest knowledge of everything. My money's on you. All you need now is the passion and energy to look past the negative and embrace what is possible. Now, I know you can do it. I wish you the best as a former graduate, as a friend, and now as a family member. Congratulations, and may all the best things come your way. If you'll excuse me, I have to go and make a TikTok video. I'm not. I'm gonna leave that to you. You know why?
I'm a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie. I'm a savage. Yeah.
This is why I leave it to you.
Thank you so much, James. It's now time for that special moment, the virtual presentation of diplomas, certificates, and degrees, which will be highlighted on each graduate's slide. But before we begin, I'd like to tell the audience about the special designations and awards that some of you have received for outstanding academic achievement. Students who achieve a cumulative program grade point average of 3.6 to 3.89 will receive a light blue honor cord in recognition of their honor status. Students who achieve a cumulative program grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0 will receive a double blue honor cord in recognition of their high honor status. The student in each program with the best academic record overall will be awarded the Board of Governors Silver Medal. Those graduates who have completed the Board Undergraduate Certificate in Creativity and Creative Problem Solving in addition to their degree program will also be bestowed the Honor Cord. The Honor Cord is a symbol of academic achievement, and the color orange represents creativity. The stole that you will receive, along with your parchment, is a symbol of academic achievement that represents the realization of excellence in your chosen program and symbolizes your membership in the international community of scholars. Any special designations our graduates have received will appear on their individual slide, along with their personal reflection and picture. Congratulations again to our graduating class in the Faculty of Animation, Arts, and Design. We're so proud of you and the 190,000 alumni of this great institution. As soon as public health directives allow, we hope to offer you the opportunity to walk across our stage and receive your credentials in person. Until then, on behalf of our entire learning community, I'd like to thank you for choosing Sheridan to advance your educational and life goals. Best of luck in the next step of your journey, and please stay in touch.